you mentioned in that interview the idea of nothingness and how perhaps its best definition is total experiencelessness.
Right.
Now, when I was watching that, I didn't exactly see how they got it or not, and they may have just whiffed on it.
Yeah, they did.
But the thing about that is the ideas of deep time and all these other assorted large ideas are things that even you as a great artist can't get. You may be able to define it in some way, but you're not able to fully comprehend it. What we're talking about here, when we're talking about art as a thing to himself and on, are imminently definable things that anyone can get if they had any kind of effort. Now, the fact that they're too stupid to understand it is their own lack and not your or my lack. The thing with deep time and everything is obviously an exception where there is a concept that is just so difficult and vast that a human mind can't fully comprehend it.
Yeah, and this is what art does too. Art, like as we said, is an end to itself because ultimately, what otherwise life just becomes you know, autonomic functions. Art is then just a series of dates and events on a calendar. We have the ability to somehow project outside of the diurnal, and we have the cosmos of the mind. We can talk all we want about whether we live in a materialistic, in the philosophic sense, universe or not. But what the fuck is the mind? And we can talk about, yes, chemicals do this, and maybe we can have machines now that we can get. If I'm visualizing Grace Kelly, you could maybe get a blurry image of Grace Kelly. Maybe that will get refined. But where is that in that 3 pound sack of meat inside my skull? Where is that cosmos? It's like cyberspace. It's something that's somehow outside. If we want to talk about what is love, love. How can love be quantified? Well, love is a series of actions and perceptions, perhaps, of things. It's not something that you can say, oh, here's 23 pounds of love. Give me $15. It doesn't work like that. But art helps you understand some of these concepts. And that's, to me, if a star goes supernova and it wiped out a planet or whatnot, we can look at it and say, well, they let's say if we've somehow found out that there had been a civilization on their planet, we could say, well, that's certainly a bad thing. The civilization is gone. But what did they accomplish? If this was just a world where you had interesting animals and there was no sentient life, it's sad. But it's manyfold more terrible if let's say if it was a society at our level that got wiped out that could have gone beyond. What about their Eugene O'Neill's? What about their Isaac Newton's? What about their Beethoven's or whatnot? What about all the suffering that went on? What about all the random thoughts? Where does that all go? Does it just dissipate back into the static of nothingness? Perhaps and probably, but art lets us pull out some things from the cosmos, and hopefully any sentient beings and any sentient cultures would have art or a reasonable facsimile.